what is the difference between attention and inattention? If you are disciplined along a certain line, you give a great deal of attention to that. The rest of the time you are inattentive, right? This is a fact, natural human fact. If I'm terribly interested in something, I give my attention to it. The rest of the time, I'm not attentive.
But you may be giving attention to more than one thing at different intervals. You may be giving attention to many different things.
So attention matters, not to different things.
Is the attention itself?
Huh?
Is the attention itself that matters?
Of course.
Rather than what you are putting the attention
You've got a moment where it is.
But it's the notion of complete attention.
All right, sir, let's forget about complete. Attention means complete. So that's... And also, one has to understand oneself. Right, sir? This is the importance of meditation. Time, desire, all the things I am. What am I? If I don't understand myself, I may be deceiving myself all the time. I used to know a friend, he's an Indian, highly educated, been to Cambridge in England, and had a good position in India, and he became a judge. One morning he woke up and said, I passed judgment on these people. What is truth? And it's part of the Indian tradition, especially among the Brahmins, to leave the family and all that and find out through meditation what truth was. Because he said that. You're following what I'm... So he went into the forest and all that, and for 25 years he meditated to find out what truth was. So somebody brought him to one of the speaker's talk, and he came to see after the speaker, and he said, look, for 25 years I've been deceiving myself. You understand, sir? You understand what I'm saying? Think of the courage of that man, etc. So we talked about a great deal. Now, unless I understand myself, what is the self, the ego, the person, persona, the ethos, and so on, I may meditate for the rest of my life and may be deceiving myself. You understand? I may be living in a vast series of illusions, thinking those are real. So I must understand myself. Therefore, I can understand myself not according to some psychologist, some Freud, or all the rest of it. I must understand myself, not through somebody. You understand?
You can never be sure that you're not deluding yourself.
I'm going to try, sir. If one thing, right, I must know myself, not according to any philosophy, according to any scientist, according to any psychiatry, and so on. Not according to any system. I'm understanding the system, not myself. See the difference? So I must now, how do I understand myself? Without any deception, otherwise I've played a wrong game. At the end of it, I'm deceiving myself. So how do I learn to understand myself so completely, so that there is not a shadow of doubt and not a shadow of deception, self-illusion. Is that all right? May I go on? This is a dialogue, please. I'm not just...
Feeling. What do you do with feeling in that?
Feeling for hope. Isn't it? If I feel, I recognize the feeling. I will leave that for a moment, sir.
Sir, do we come back again to attention in
No,
terms
sir.
of understanding myself?
No, I'm going to show you. Just give me, you're too quick. Just, I want to understand myself. And I must understand myself so thoroughly that there is not a slightest deception. Tremendous integrity and honesty, right? Otherwise, there's no point. Can we go along with this? Honesty and integrity. So how do I realize that there must be honesty, integrity, and especially skepticism. In the Christian world, the whole Christianity is based on the Bible, on your Savior and so on. And Christianity doesn't allow any doubt, right? The religious Christian, any doubt, any skepticism. If there was skepticism and doubt, the whole thing would collapse. When we were in Italy, I know Italian somewhat, and I heard the Pope say, he was preaching something like that, say you must have more faith. And a friend of mine who was sitting next to me said, look, this is what they are doing, cultivating faith to destroy any kind of inquiry. That's now. So, tremendous honesty, which is very difficult, sir, and great integrity.
But another definition of faith in the Christian religion is trust. Another definition of faith in Christianity is trust. So it's not a matter of destroying inquiry only, but having trust.
He says another matter is trust.
Trust.
That's what he says.
Trust in whom? In the Bible. Who do you trust? Do you trust your wife? Do
Christianity, we
you
trust
trust
in
your
Christ.
husband? Do you trust your president? Why do you trust? What do you mean by trusting? If there is doubt, you are inquiring. You are asking, demanding.
But you can trust and still inquire about the nature of God.
So trust means what? I trust, if I have a wife, I trust her because I love her. I know she won't do anything ugly to me, and I know I won't do anything ugly to her because I love her. Where there is love, there is trust. You don't trust by itself, it means nothing. I won't go in. Please, let's come back to this. So I must know myself. Without knowing myself, deception of every kind is possible. Right, sir?